Some things are happening. We're watching a video. We're waiting around. I probably just saw you blow your nose.
I was trying to get that done before.
We'll say, I probably should pull up. Oh, it looks like we're live now. Oh, good.
I'm still in an ad.
Oh, well, it's live on the front page of the website, so I'm pretty sure it's live. Greetings, avatars! Welcome to our Friday stream, which is a little off right now because somebody is running a little late. He had a good excuse, though. Apparently, some plane stopped working and his flight got delayed. But he is going to be connecting here shortly. That person, of course, is happy birthday, Dark Star. Oh, nope, still not back in yet. Hold on. Trying to add him. Anyways, he'll be on shortly. He has all the usual spiel stuff that he does. For those wanting to know. Let's see. Travis says, can you make me smaller, please? Yes, I can make you smaller. Then that means that Star has to be smaller, too. Okay, there you go. Again, we're just stalling buying time because Star is rebooting his computer, trying to get in. Wait, nope, he's not able to get his computer working. We are not going to torture him with talk on Skype. We're going to do this without Star. You want to tell Star in the chat that we're starting without him? Anyways, I guess we should get started here. Greetings, Avatar. Welcome to the Friday edition of Shroud of the Avatar live stream. With me today was supposed to be Dark Star. I do have Travis with me, also known as List. Why have you not been added to my group yet? There we go. And also, you will see the small robot there. That is Undone, a.k.a. Dr. Bob, a.k.a. Bob.
Hello!
He says he has stopped showering since he works from home and is not willing to be on camera. I hope everybody recognizes that since I did my live stream yesterday, I have shaved. I'm trying to maintain some level of cleanliness. So, everybody's wanting to know we are going to be doing the prizening, even without Star. That's why Undone is here. But the phrase to say is, Happy Birthday, Dark Star. And do not misspell birthday like Alder Bozart just did, or it will not show up in the log when he searches for it. Happy Birthday, Dark Star. First off, for those who have joined me in some of my during the week streams, I just wanted to send a thank you out to Scooby-Doo, because I'd been complaining that it was a good excuse, that anytime I would die, I would say, oh, it's this horrible pirate gear. I wanted to wear pirate gear, but I didn't want to, didn't have time to buff stuff. So he actually went and crafted a bunch of really nice pirate gear for me. So I no longer have an excuse. So if you beat me now, it's my own fault. So what are we actually showing off here today? I guess I can also give some updates before we get into actually showing things off today. By the way, we expect Star to provide the content for the Friday one, so we're a little bit, we're going to be a little bit short here. Star actually can't get his Skype working.
Didn't he say he was running late because of his flight delay?
He's in the airport.
But he actually just walked in the house and was trying to
I see.
but he can't get Skype to connect. Anyways, in our usual super professional, well-practiced form here, we have a patch that I actually made, but we unfortunately, and when I say we, I of course mean me, missed probably the most important part of the patch, so we will probably put out a patch tomorrow, because we're still having some build machine time issues where it took 7.5 hours to do this build, which is crazy compared to our normal time, so we have to plan that far ahead. But I did miss the one thing that's probably what you guys care the most about, which was making the whatchamacallits, the totems not burn up if you fail on crafting.
Do they have value now? So there's no more feuds over the loot roll?
Yeah, that's actually, people were just saying that too. They should have value. I think they're just not high enough to trigger the loot roll.
Nice.
And that's
I think
one that's
50.
tough
50 something.
Hey, whoa. Hold on. Hey, there's a star. He didn't make it.
Hey.
Yeah. It turns out that the grounding of an entire type of airplane
causes some issues.
Can cause a few issues with travel.
Weird.
So,
who knew?
Who knew? You know, it's who would have known?
Well, it's better than the alternative of potential death, right?
Well, what's funny is I wasn't even supposed to be on any of those planes. I did all the research, and what was funny is I had a conversation where I was like, no way I'm going to get on one of those planes after all that stuff happened. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to look and make sure I'm not on one of those planes. And if they put me on one of those planes, I'm going to cancel my flight. Yada yada yada.
Flight got shuffled because of the cancellations of other flights.
And so karma got me for making all those pronouncements. I get this notice. Oh, your flight's been canceled, and so they had to reroute me a few times. But I made it. I'm here. Hello, welcome to our weekly live stream.
We've just been
for the bits.
Yeah, we've just been stalling for you. We haven't done any of the usual sales pitch.
What? Say that again?
We haven't done any of the usual sales pitches, so if you want to do that.
Oh, great.
I didn't have that stuff in front of me.
All right. Welcome to our weekly live stream. I'm Starlong, also known as Dark Star. We do these every week, and each week we have a different topic. This week we're going to talk about row homes, because one of the changes that recently happened in this year, at the beginning of the year, we made it so everyone who finishes any of the quest lines in the outskirts gets a row lot deed. That used to happen at the end of the story, and now it happens right at the beginning of the game when you finish the first outskirts, which is only after a couple hours of playtime. So pretty soon in the game. So we thought, hey, that's a good opportunity for us to show off. Hey, here's some of the cool row homes. You actually get a row home with your row lot deed. It defaults to you get a 2-story wooden plaster. But there's other ones that you can either craft. There's a bunch of different row homes in the recipe book. Now they take a ton of wood and granite, so stock up on those. Or you can purchase some row homes, and I think we're going to show off a couple of those today that Travis has decorated. And so we wanted to show off the row homes and how to decorate those. And as usual, we're going to give out prizes. And there's how many ways are there to be eligible to win a prize? 2. Man, you guys are getting so good at this. It's like we've done it. It's like we've done it hundreds of times now, and now you can do it. I'm so proud of you. So that's right. There are two ways to be eligible to win a prize. You can make a purchase in our store, purchase some crowns. Now, this last release, we kind of took everything off of the web store and moved it into the game and moved it into our crown shop. But you can still buy crowns on the web store. Service tickets. There's Make a Difference items. There's episode 2 early access. So there are still plenty of things on the web store that you can purchase. Or you can go into game and type our not so secret phrase, which it is since the month of March, which is my birthday month. You can type our secret phrase this month. It is happy birthday, Darkstar, because no purchase is necessary to be eligible to win a prize, because that is the law.
And just so you know, my daughter is having her birthday month as well. I thought only 5-year-olds did a birthday month, but I guess 5-year-olds and Darkstar do birthday months.
Well, it's like that cartoon that goes around every few years where the mom asks the kid, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the kid says, a game designer. And the mom's like, well, you only get to pick one. Do you get it? You can either grow up or you can be a game designer.
Oh, I was trying to figure out you could be a game or you could be a designer, but you couldn't be a game designer. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So basically, it's implying that we as game designers don't ever grow up. So, all right. And today our prizes are going to be all about like row lots and some decorations for them. So we've got some cool stuff. And reminder. Crowns, speaking of purchases, crowns are still on sale. They are not quite at the discount they were. They're now at 15%. A reminder, that discount is going to go down yet again next month. So right now it's at a 15% discount. It's going to go to 10% next month.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah.
Chris, I hit the wrong button and Skype freaked out.
What have you
It's
done?
not showing. Yeah.
What have you done?
Did I mess up something?
No, it was
I
me
think
hitting
it's,
the wrong button. I was
Bobby.
trying to close the menu and it took a screenshot.
Go to. There we go. Okay. Hold on. You're coming back.
I see Mojito Cam and I see Chris.
There
I
we
see
go.
the game.
Now you see you.
Ah, the British bunch. Well, it's not quite the British bunch. It's the British pair. The British twins. Are we the British twin? Wait, we try the arrow thing? Are we trying the pointing thing?
I always get it backwards.
Oh, that's good.
Wait. Do it.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Oh, wait, no, I'm doing it
First
backwards.
time there.
Hold on. There we go. I'm sure people love watching us struggle with that for minutes at a time. It's probably really entertaining television. All right. So speaking of Darkstar and my birthday, all of the Darkstar recurring items are back for a limited time, but only for a limited time. So get those and those are in the Crown Shop in the game on the featured page. So get those while they are still available, because those will expire, I think, on the 3rd of May. So, which is also when the upcoming spring and Easter items rare spring and Easter items will expire. So, and if you haven't seen the weekly update or Scotty's post that he made in the forums of he went nuts. Like, we just asked him to make a new version of the basket, but he made all sorts of great spring stuff. So, and so the Arch Lapin, who again is one of my favorite bosses, aka the Death Bunny. So every couple of years we improve on his loot. So last year, I believe, is when we added the medieval paintings of rabbits torturing humans, which will be back. So you can still earn those for defeating the Arch Lapin, who's going to be returning next release 64. But he's also now going to randomly drop confection eggs and confection bunnies.
Ooh.
So, because nothing says death or fighting a horrible boss creature like confection eggs or confection bunnies. So,
and sorry, I just want you to know they're questioning the quality of our stream in terms of us not being very professional streamers. I just wanted to call out that I have started streaming on weekdays.
We're learning.
And here's what I've learned so far is check this out. Look, ta-da! How about that? Pretty cool, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
An overlay.
Look.
what? Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Wow,
we're
look at you.
devs, not streamers, but we're learning. We're learning.
So we are so close to becoming ninja, right? Like,
we
we could
For those who were keeping score at home, yes, I'm trying to get us to be Twitch partners. That's a big part of the reason we're streaming, just so we can get some more exposure out there for free. So we are actually now Twitch affiliates, so you can throw us your bits.
We're gonna get some emotes.
We're gonna get some emotes, according to Travis.
Somebody T-Branch threw us 100 bits already. You gotta say thank you when they do that. That's kind of one-on-one. Thank you.
Thank you. Man, we're gonna be as big as Ninja. Electronic Arts is gonna pay us $1 million to play Apex.
Well, there's 100 from Vooch. Thank you, Vooch. That will go to emotes that will exist very soon.
Yes. All right. So other things, if you do make a purchase, which gets you eligible for the prizes, because all this is looped together, you'll get eligible to also have all of the stretch goals for this release, and they're all Darkstar themed. Darkstar weapons like wands and swords and longbows, which although someone posted a question for the Release 63 live stream asking what a longbow was, and I realized, I actually put Darkstar Longbow instead of Darkstar Longbow. And I was like, why are they asking that? It was like, because I can't spell. So I corrected that. It's a Darkstar Longbow, not a Longo. There's also going to be Darkstar Clock Tower and Darkstar Throne, reverse colors of the original ones we did, and a new Darkstar Trident to go with that new weapon type that we introduced in Release 63. And Darkstar black leather armor. We did chain last time, and so we're doing leather this time. So give those light armor folks something to wear. So, and I think 416, so prizes, Bobby?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish up. We got some prizes. We have a black leather Chesterfield sofa and chair, goes to Elrand. A geometric stained glass oil floor lamp 3-pack goes to Wingle Merriweather. Heraldry basement entrance eternal pattern goes to Dejunai. Renaissance bedroom set goes to Wesley. Raw stone and timber 5-story basement goes to Anticules Aurelius. Storefront greenhouse 4-story row home goes to Azurion Duference.
Lancer with the 100 bits. I'm assuming that's Lancer Main. Thank you.
I also have a question that maybe Undone can answer. Do you know if last week's live stream prizes were sent out by chance?
They have not been sent out yet. We have them where they need to be, but waiting on Ken.
That is thanks to our new open office stuff. Ken is actually taking advantage of that and is actually in China right now. And working from China, but his hours, he's been having trouble finding good internet. He's been on Edge Network, if anybody remembers what Edge Network is. I was like, I guess that's 1G. Is that 2G or 1G? Mm-hmm. Anyways, it's about 56K modem speed. But he has been trying to work on some stuff, but we will have him get those out as soon as he gets to better internet, which he says he's headed to soon. So, anyways, soon.
Soon. So, our apologies for the delay. But the prizes this week, you'll notice, were some decorations for your house. So sofa and chair, bedroom set, a lamp, and then a basement. And then, of course, the big prize, of course, was the storefront greenhouse 4-story row home, which I think is one of the houses we're going to show today. Is that right, Travis? Yeah.
There's
so we're going to show that off.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome because it's both a storefront and a greenhouse. So that was a big prize, and it's a really pretty row house. It's like one of the best row houses there is. So I thought it would be a great prize to give away since we're showing it off.
Yes,
and now, and so and we're live in Release 63. And tons of stuff. If you haven't played it yet, we were originally scheduled to have player-made dungeon encounters in Release 64, but we squeezed in a little first rough iteration, and you guys have been helping us test that out with some totem crafting and recipes, which we have one tiny adjustment left to make there, I think. Right, Chris? So we have one more patch to fix that, right?
One more patch.
Yeah. but then you'll be able to test that, and then we'll have a better, more fuller, the originally scheduled iteration of it in release 64.
And just
then
everything is working right now. There's just this one little catch that you work and you get all these lich essences, killing hundreds of liches to collect them so you can craft the lich totems from those. I accidentally set all of those recipes so everything in them is considered fuel, which means that if you succeed, you get it. If you fail, everything's destroyed. So I've been having players crying to me about their poor destroyed level 3 totems and stuff like that. So that's the part that still needs to be fixed. But other than that, other stuff works. And yesterday's live stream, if you want to go back and watch that after this, we actually had some players come in and test it out. Vespers and Anthrax and a few others came in and tested out the level 6. They said it was good. And they
Sweet.
died.
And that's just one of the tons of stuff we got in there, because we got another new seasonal boss, the Envy Angel. We showed that off a couple of streams ago, so you can go back and see that on YouTube. She's our latest of our seasonal bosses. We got some new decorations based on a wish list that Travis has been working on the forums with you guys, including cherry trees that I know you guys have been wanting forever. Those are finally available. New pirate stuff, so a rough pirate outfit with a peg leg and a hook hand. It's so amazing. I loved in our fishing contest in Release 63 live stream, there was at least one person fishing with the peg leg and the hook hand. It was epic.
Whoa, 6,000 bits? I don't think I've ever seen that on Twitch.
Oh my gosh, Winfield.
What?
And 1,000 and Bedonham with 100. Sorry, we're not watching that. We're learning how to do the Twitch thing.
Thank you, Winfield. That's awesome. We also did a bunch of polish to the crown shop, and then that was as part of us moving away from having the web store and mainly just having everything in the crown shop for convenience for you guys. Another pass on the Release 60 live stream items, so the Ether Weapons and the Torture Set and the Dragon Mass. A bunch of quality of life improvements, including the ability to upgrade your plot deeds, both size and type with crowns. And by type, I mean you can upgrade from taxed to tax-free with crowns. So that was a huge improvement. We also increased the pot decoration limits, and we reduced the cost of placing large lots in POTs to help town owners. We introduced a new weapon type, which was pawned weapons. That includes the Demon Trident and Pitchfork. And then, as I mentioned before, we brought back the Dark Star recurring items. So tons more stuff in Release 63. And then Release 64 is going to have some cool stuff in it, although we're still feeling some lasting effects of our move. So it might not have everything we wanted in it, but it's still going to have some fun stuff, including all that spring stuff I mentioned. So the Arch La Pan returns. We're going to have, including it's going to have the new confection loot in it, the bigger, better iteration of the encounters for player-made dungeons. And then 2019, we're getting the Q2 post ready, so you guys can see what's going to be coming up in the next quarter, including things like crafting specializations, a bunch of new decorations in the game for in-game gold. So that we actually have a bunch of items that have been sitting in the backlog that we're going to be getting in the game. So including a plain version of the Hourglass and the tea set, peasant clothing, etc. That we'll be getting in the game soon. The ability to flag your row lot as empty. We'll finally get the much long promised, and Chris made sure I was putting this in the Q2 plan, which is the ability to coordinate groups of groups for adventuring.
Raids?
Yep. So, yep, raids. And then the rest of 2019, of course, is going to culminate in episode 2, which is including the quest and journal system revamp, theater system, treasure hunting with treasure maps, item reputation, taming expansions, and customizable NPCs and expanded permission systems for containers and doors. So lots of cool stuff coming up in 2019. So we hope that you guys are looking forward to it as much as we are, because we're pretty excited to be sharing that with you guys. And then, and remember, Release 64 is coming out at the end of the month. So that's on March 28th. And then normally we have our dance party on the Monday directly after that, but I'm going to be traveling. I'm taking my daughter back to our homeland of Louisiana. We're going to New Orleans. So I will be out of town on that Monday. So we are having the next dance party on the 6th. It's going to be Saturday the 6th, which is right after the next live stream. So our Release 64 live stream is going to be April 4th. April 5th, and then the dance party is going to be April 6th. So some cool events to look forward to. All right. So I think I have said all my spieling.
I had a couple things I was going to throw out here.
All right. Wait, can I interrupt you before you do that?
Oh, I just interrupted Starf, but sure, go ahead.
Well, Lean Dragonfire just raided us, and Gravity just gave us 1,000 bits. Come on, we gotta get on this. We're streamers now. Another 1,000 from Avatar Thex.
What?
Thank you, Thex.
Well, you can throw bits at the screen if you like this stuff I'm about to tell you about. And it kind of makes me sad because T-Branch was in the lead for my weekly streams, but I think the competition is much stiffer on Friday streams for people throwing bits. If you are watching the thing, it actually keeps score and shows you who's on top. In case Star doesn't know what I'm talking about. But if you like these things I name out that are things we snuck in, we ninja'd in, since we weren't going to get a few of the things we did promise, and these were things that felt long overdue. So there will be a trade, Universal Trade channel, so you don't have to clog up Universal or Universe with talk about trade, and that means that you guys who are on trade, you can always go over there and you can feel free to spam all you want to because people can turn it off. Well, don't spam all you want to, obviously. You'll annoy people. Okay, nobody liked that one. Okay, how about this? A guild message of the day. So guild officers can set a message of the day. Oh, there's one. We got Don Bilbo. But guild officers will be able to set messages of the day so they can tell their guild about, and then when their guild mates log in, they get that message of the day in addition to the other stuff. You like that one? Okay, here's another one. Pot message of the day. That's the other one. I think that one is on the bubble, but I'm pretty sure it's going to make it. But that'll be pot owners will be able to set a message you get when people log into the town. So you will be able to describe your town and give like a paragraph spiel on your town or whatever to everybody who comes in. So get ready, start practicing your Twitter skills to try to keep that condensed, because I don't know what the actual limit is on characters. You probably can't be too verbose.
And those are all for Release 64 or Release 65?
No, that's 64, man.
What?
Those were all low-hanging things. Those came out of my stream. And we had a few people, because we actually, the thing that is probably knocking us out more than the move hangover is we have several people who have lengthy vacations that have been scheduled forever, which one is Wizard Smoke. You guys may not know it, but he does a ton of stuff. And then the other one is Burning Toad. You guys probably see more of him and know more of the stuff he does, but he does a ton of stuff, which means that a lot of the things we were going to do, like they owned a part of it, they got blocked. And so I kind of put people on other stuff to make sure they stayed busy when they were blocked by people being out. They will be back right around release time. I think Wizard Smoke gets back the day before release, so perfect timing. But anyway, so that's those were all, I snuck those in because we had some people blocked and I didn't want some idle people. Ninja.
Cool. All right, so shall we show off some row homes?
Yes, let's show.
All right.
So, like they mentioned, you can get a free row lot and row home completing a quest early on in the outskirts maps. And I think a lot of people aren't totally sure when they get there. That's pretty early in the game's complex, where to get some decorations. So I think a good place to start would be, there's always the crown shop. If you want to hit the crown shop, Chris, and show them home decorations, there's a ton of stuff in there. So you can always do crowns, so crowns you can get in drops in game, but it's going to take a while to get enough to buy something. So this is real money. You buy crowns with real money, but you have I don't remember. There's 200 plus items in there right now.
Yeah, 210.
So there's a ton of stuff in there, but if you're not prepared to do that, or you want to wait, or you want an alternate route, there's a lot of craftable stuff. But if you look behind this ice elemental, most pots have a pot decoration merchant, and if you can talk to Gina here, there's all kinds of.
See you around.
Look to your left, behind your other left, 180, 90 degrees to your right. There's a lag.
Okay, I see. Okay, got it.
So talk to Gina here, and these pot decoration merchants actually have a lot of good stuff for sale for gold, for in-game gold, which is not real money. It's just in-game gold and good prices. Apart from looking around at player vendors, a lot of player vendors sell a lot of good decorations at different prices. Some of it might be expired items that players sell that are
Chris,
no longer on the store.
That your screens are overlapped by our video.
Oh yeah,
You need to drag them out.
Okay, hold on. One second. Yeah, there you go.
So there's a lot of good stuff on these POT decoration vendors. If you want to scroll through that stuff.
Yeah,
And
we're in 65. We're gonna add even more stuff to these folks.
Yep. Have we shown them pictures of all that cool stuff that Scotty made? Have they seen that anywhere?
Yeah, the Easter stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the website, Scotty just kind of dumped, surprising, unbeknownst to me anyways, a lot of stuff I've been hoping for a while, and it looks really cool, so I'm excited about that. So those are some ways that you can get some decorations for your new houses when you get your new houses, for new players who didn't know already. So we were going to do a tour, since row houses are going to be a thing, of a lot of really well, you can get giant mansions and castles, but you can make your row house look pretty cool, and there's a lot of really well decorated row houses. So we thought we'd do a tour of some interesting row houses here in Shroud, and there's literally thousands, so we're just going to gloss over some. So since we're in Serpent's Watch, if you want to follow me, Atos, we're really actually right next door to one I wanted to show off. So this is not a row lot. This is a larger lot, but it's a row house. It used to be, I want to say, a row lot, but I think this is Draugur's, and he upgraded. And we've shown this on previous streams. I think it's got a little group, but this is just very tastefully decorated. Oh, well, it looks like it's been upgraded for Halloween. But it just shows all the different things you can do with a row lot space. You really can do a lot of stuff. Ooh, this is a nice kitchen. I don't think this was here last time I did.
Well, and I think one thing that's important to point out too, if you'll notice, like the cloaks and the weapons on the walls, one of the things we made a big effort last year was, the end of almost 2 years ago and into last year, was to take all of the equipable items and make them so they could be placed as decorations. So in addition to buying things that you would traditionally think of as or crafting things that you would think of as traditionally as decorations, like furniture or lamps or plants or things like that, you can use anything you can wear or wield. So any piece of clothing, any piece of armor, any weapon can be used as a decoration.
And that was a momentous amount of work, so great job to everybody who's involved in that.
Yeah, and one thing to think about too about row homes versus other homes is row homes maximize, because they're built to occupy the full extent of the row lot, they do a better job, or as good a job as any house in the game, of maximizing your usable space inside the house. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's just a row house. Well, except for the fact that row houses go out to the absolute end of the lot and they go up really high too. So just some points in. I'm a big fan of the row houses.
Yeah, I like the what do you call it? The floor plan. Definite maximum space. And people get really creative. Like you see, no two row homes are alike. So a lot of the stuff drops on monsters. You can buy it from player vendors. You can craft it. You can get it from the Crown store. It's kind of a game in and of itself, collecting decorations. I like this bedroom a lot. I like people who make spaces that look like, each room has a use and people actually spend time in them. A lot of people have like their chest room where they store, which is fine. They, you have your warehouses and other houses, but I like houses that, people actually come and, log in after work and spend some time in their house. And so that's kind of the criteria that I picked for some of the ones we're going to visit.
Yeah, so I see a question in the stream from Dejanai. The question is, do we have the ability to have an empty row lot for exterior decorations? Not currently, but that is definitely in our plan for the second quarter. And just some history on why we didn't have that originally. If you look at row homes in traditional, like in a real world setting, they're meant to be, they fill a city street, right? And all the homes touch each other. And so we built them to look like that. But also, the original intent for them was to do some what's called occlusion for performance, so that they would hide what was behind them. That's what occlusion means. But that didn't work like we originally thought it would. And it caused all sorts of weird bugs, like you'd open a door and then it would look like there was nothing behind it because the occlusion thought that it shouldn't show anything because the house was in the way. And so we're not really getting any performance benefit from row homes always having a house on it. And it kind of penalizes the folks who have row homes. They can't do things like agriculture, for instance, on the surface. They can do agriculture in a greenhouse, but they can't do any kind of exterior thing. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Snugs, for the bits.
Good job, Star. I was just about to do that.
I'm learning. I'm going to be ninja like next week.
Oh, say no. Yeah, stay here. Okay, so you're already here. So this is a row home that Derek Fassard was kind enough to let me use. This is kind of one of my houses that people don't know about as much, so I like to come here and work on music. And it's next door to Sarah, who went on to a job at Cloud Imperium, but we were neighbors for a while, and with both having GM powers, we could kind of give each other permissions and vandalize each other's houses every time we log on. So last time I was here, this was set up like a Japanese talk show room, but it looks like she set up some kind of occult church next door. So, I mean, sky's the limit with what you want to do with these houses.
Oh,
so she's given this to me to take care of in the meantime. It's kind of Spartan at the moment. But yeah, she was pretty creative with her use of spaces. So yeah, some people use them from...
I like that it's a cult place, but that it's got a window out front. So
Yeah. It's like a reading room for the occult. Yeah. If it's late and it's cold outside, come on in. All right, so that was Veritas Sanctuary. I'm gonna go to next destination, which is Rinzai. What am I think the best decorated pots in the game? I know I say that a lot, favoritism, but it's pretty good, guys. A lot of these pot owners go to great lengths to I don't want to say homogenize, but like theme their town. And I see people like pull up their houses and decorations and streets and redo them over and over and over, and that's one of the things, my favorite things to do in the game. So let me get to my location. Atos, if you want to zone to me.
Already did.
Okay, I'm going to my first coordinates.
Oh, and Snugs gave us another 100 bits. Thank you again,
Thank you, Snugs. All right, if you want to teleport to me, Atos.
Rufus, I see your question about did Scotty finish the special frame for his portrait? I don't know, but I will follow up with him. Thank you for reminding me that that was meant to get done. So I think he got really excited and distracted by all the spring stuff. So, but I will remind him that he wanted to do a special frame for his portrait.
This is the creepiest, one of the creepiest bathrooms. I've seen some pretty creepy bathrooms in this game. But anyway, I love that everybody's row houses have totally a personal look when they invest some time in it. Oh, Griffler's here, the governor of Rinzai.
Let's see. Try Hard Pants. That's it's a very, very creative name. Asks, will treasure hunting be based on fishing like back in the day? And back in the day, I think UO. Yeah. So the idea is similar to the way like treasure maps worked in UO. The rough idea, and again, we haven't had an official kickoff session for this yet, but the idea for it would be you'd get a treasure map. It would indicate where you could find a quote unquote treasure, and that would be, like a treasure chest. And we would spawn the treasure chest with loot in a random location, and the map would mark where it was. And one of the places that you could find these treasure maps, the treasure maps would show up in loot, so it'd be kind of like a loop, but all of our loot bundles, the way our loot system works is like when you fish, you can catch things out of a loot bundle. And so treasure maps would be one of the things you could find when you're fishing. There would be a rare chance of that. Yes. Just like every now and then you fish up a boot or something. So
thank you, Scooby-Doo. So Winfield is asking if there's a way that you can see the current live streamers have the top 3 or top whatever bit contributors, and kind of what Atos was saying, we've taken a crash course in Twitch streaming, so there's a lot of tools, there's like Streamlabs, and we're looking into that, and all kinds of overlays and UI things that help display different things, like we're a real Twitch streamer. So I moved on to New Heaven, which is run by Antrax's army. I like to come here and duel people, but there's actually a lot of good, there's a good deco in this zone. So I'm going to all right. If you can find me, I am outside. Just find me. Oh, it's a thing at the top of the chat window. Oh yeah, that's right there at the top of the chat window. Oh, so that's built into Twitch. Okay, yeah. Oh wow, you guys are throwing a ton at us. Thank you.
Like I said, I started doing that for my weekly streams, but I think people are a little more competitive on these Friday streams.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Ambrose Foxy, for the 300 bits.
Thanks, Ambrose.
And little clovers.
I thought this was a cool, is this a bodega or a haberdashery? This feels like more like an Old West, my son's been playing a lot of Red Dead, a dry goods store. This is where you get your Navajo blankets and your hard candy and your bullets and your what do you call it, prospecting pans?
Totally.
Sorry, I would be looking at that, but I'm obsessed with these bananas. Travis, can you put like a spec map on that or something so it doesn't...
Yeah, I think it's a little more spec. Yeah. Not glossy enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have that... Well, the wax that they put on, that they spray on fruit to make it look shiny.
It's a preservative.
Well, I especially like that it has no defined edges or lines on it. To make it look like the, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Snugs. Thank you, Scooby-Doo. All right, I'm at the next location if you can zone to me.
Oh.
So this is one of those, I'm not sure if this is just, here, let me look at the house type. This is not a storefront greenhouse. This is a ornate greenhouse 4-story. But it's one of my favorite buildings. I just like the windows. So at home, in real life, I hate like living in a fishbowl, like having all my blinds open when it's late at night and a bunch of windows. So I kind of cover them up and have the blinds, but I do like during the day, like a lot of natural light. But I thought this had a lot of cool stuff going on. Also, I didn't ask any permission to go to any of these people's houses, so we're breaking and entering at this point. None were locked though, so we're not cheating to get in.
We can make up for it by giving them prizes if you'd like.
Oh,
Prizes!
Prizing.
All right, let's do some prizes. We have a black leather Chesterfield sofa and chair. Goes to Flinkerdurke van Timididen. Geometric stained glass oil floor lamp 3-pack goes to Sai Ko. Heraldry basement entrance eternal pattern goes to YOLO Solive.
YOLO.
Renaissance bedroom set goes to Rinaldi. A Rose Stone and Timber 5-story basement goes to Arzu Dillara. And the final one, storefront greenhouse 4-story row home, goes to Gareth.
Congratulations, winners.
Congratulations.
And thank you, Scooby-Doo, for the 300 bits. Thank you, Snugs, for 300 bits. Thank you, Elwin Moon, for the 1 bit. Thank you, Scooby-Doo, for another 100
Why
bits.
don't I
Thank
get these
you,
type of bits when
Maynard,
I stream?
for 100 bits. And thank you, Maynard, for another 100 bits. Lots of bits.
If you want to come down to the street level, oh, sorry, go ahead, Chris. There's just a lot of good row homes just on this little drag. They're all, I love the different merchant displays. You get out to the street when you're done looking around at their oh, you're on the greenhouse level. I'm just outside the building you're in.
Wow. And just a reminder, if you see Shroud of the Avatar went live, I've been getting a bunch of people jump into my stream, and I've been getting 100 viewers, 120 viewers. I know you guys want prizing during my stream. I'm working on that. But do feel free to join in on any of those. If you see it and it's not on a Friday, that's probably me or Travis, who's going to start streaming.
I'm going to start. I'm going to give it a shot. Maybe some late night deco.
And for those who haven't watched some of mine, I pretty much stream for 2 hours or so and do nothing but answer questions and do about 5 minutes of playing the entire time. But mostly it's answering questions and showing off stuff and checking bugs for people and all that type of stuff. So
this looks like a little microbrewery with a tasting room. Love that.
So Radicus asks, how do we qualify for the monthly stretch goals with the new in-game focus on purchases? That is a great question. So there are basically 2 ways that you can be eligible for the monthly stretch goals. You're still eligible by buying crowns on the store. So buying crowns from the store works, or any of the remaining items on the store. So the reminder of the things that are still in the store. So crowns, which you need to buy the things from the crown shop in the game. So, it's basically a two-step process. Just buy some crowns from the web store, and as long as you buy $5 worth any time during the release, that gets you all the rewards. So it's literally just do that. You can be part of the rewards program. So, which is basically for $9 a month, you get the one of the best exchange rates for crowns of dollars to crowns, plus you get potions, and then the more months you're part of the rewards program, you get these cool exclusive titles. Then you'll start getting other things like a die pack and etc. So those are the 2 ways that you get eligible. So, and thank you YOLO So Live for the 400 bits, Snugs for another 300.
Oh, Snugs moved into second place.
I jumped ahead to Novia Market, which I think is a great showcase for. So row homes are a great vendor location. So a lot of people have separate homes. They have one that they live in, and then one for their kind of shop, and they decorate it in the theme of the things they sell. And there's a lot of great market zones in the world, but Novia Market is one of the good ones. It gets a lot of traffic, and I think it's a good example of here are a lot of row home vendors. Hi, Maxine.
And I don't think I can mute my thing. We'll see.
I think you can do it. Oh no, because you're the streamer.
Because you're the host.
Yeah.
I can't talk right now, Maxine. We're gonna have to go hang out with Mom.
Oh, this makes me happy. This is a music vendor. So for people who are interested in playing the music, I know I geek out on that a lot. I won't take over the stream with geeking out on music, but there are a lot of player created music vendors who go and they convert MIDIs to ABCs, and then they convert them to sheet music and they sell them in the game. And a lot of people sell. I don't want to start listing them because then I always forget people. There's Scrota, there's Kalen, there's Ezekiel Cooper. I don't know, Helvig has her own vendor for music, but she does a lot of it. But this looks like a little music emporium. I think Arca and I don't know if Arca and what's her name have the music shop still in Ordinis Mortis, but that had a lot of great tunes for sale. All right, I got one more location. So I don't know how much time we got. If we want to move on to decorating our own row home.
Yeah, we have 9 minutes, so you have time. You have time to do a little decoration. And while you're doing that, thanks Snugs for another 300 bits. Yeah, and the music system that Travis was mentioning. So we have for those of you who are new to the game, there's a whole system where you can play musical instruments. You can just hit the numbers and play notes, but you can actually use what are called ABC files and use those to play songs. So like you pick your favorite song that you like. You can go Google AB and find the ABC versions and put those in the music files directory in your Shroud file directory. And then when you're in the game, you can make what's sheet music, and you can use that sheet music to play those songs on instruments in the game. We use the same system that Lord of the Rings Online uses. So it's amazing. We have the players do all these crazy concerts and really, really cool stuff. Snugs gave us another 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. So thank you.
Snugs. We've actually gone a few further with than Lord of the Rings did, which is I love their system. We actually have an ability to sync multiple people in a party that comes down from the server, so everybody doesn't have to try to start at the same time, and you can split them into different tracks. It's just kind of the best I've ever seen. I think it's probably easily the best in any MMO for playing music. So I kind of pre-started this last night and a little bit today. So just some tips for decorating a row home is have a theme. And like I said, I don't like having a fishbowl. I like all the windows, so I kind of blocked them up. But I was starting to do the top. But a lot of people like symmetry. If you look at kind of the maps that I build as a world builder, I kind of like asymmetry. A lot of people are OCD with symmetry. I OCD with like kind of fudging stuff. But so I kind of preloaded this box with some decorations. So what do we got here? We got a dresser, and there's another dresser, some plants. Chris doesn't own this. Chris, do you own any houses in the game right now that you've decorated yet?
No. Well, I want an Ordinus Mortis, but honestly, I use it for testing and for inviting people over to chat with them.
Well, that's cool. We got to make an inviting place for them to come spend time with you. So a lot of people have, they theme their rooms as far as it. So he's driving, but I'm the one decorating, so we're not really showing the interface.
I'm trying to watch you.
Yeah. So I love these benches. One thing we did a few releases ago is make these benches dyeable, which kind of really made my day. So we can go. So kind of tips is go look around the world and see what other people have done and steal ideas. There's nothing wrong with that. I do it all the time. Another is just like, do you want to spend time in this space? A lot of people, you know, like, here's every animal I've killed in the game on my walls and everywhere. Here's every item, you know, that I've collected that's rare, and they show it off as a museum. And some people are like, here's, you know, kind of a place, kind of my sanctuary in the game, and use it as home base. And I kind of like those spaces the best, where people actually make it a place they wanna hang out in.
Speaking of people wanting to show off stuff, I forget what happened with the mannequin. I think we started working on a mannequin. We realized it would be tough. Something you can hang your clothes on to show off your clothes.
I think that's been a JIRA for a long time, and
I think that's like one of the lowest number JIRAs in the system that we have not done.
Last I heard, Ken is still, like, every now and then trying to figure out how he could make that happen, so it's not forgotten. It is not forgotten. Oh, I'm out of, so I'm going to go in the Crown store, and I'm going to buy some perfume bottles.
Hold on, guys. We got some people buying us pizza here. Well, Snugs gave us 600, and then things escalated quickly to Sea Bear Black Market, who gave us 10,000. I don't think I've ever seen a 10,000 either.
Oh my God! I never saw 6,000 until that happened.
With 3,000 more. Just so people know, the plan, what I'd been telling the team was whatever I made on the streams, it's just going to go into our account, but we'll spend that on team lunches when we go out, because we have weekly team meetings. And I
one Tuesday, and Chris got us all excellent Chinese food, and we all met up in person and recapped, and that was great. So that's.
But anyways, it looks like we'll have enough money for another team lunch. Thank you very, very much, Winfield Snugs, Sea Bears Black.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Black Market.
So one thing I don't like about this particular house is the floors, but one thing you can do in these row homes is you can just change the floor. You can put down pavers, you can put down rugs. I really encourage everybody to go around if they're, you know, starting to decorate a house or just got a house and they don't know what's out there. Just go right down. You know, you can mouse over any item in other people's houses to get the name for it, and you can ask, you know, global, or you can hunt around like, hey, what's this? How do I get this? Sometimes the items will be expired and they'll be a little more rare, but there's people out there selling them on vendors in different towns. So see an item you really need, you can find it if you look hard enough. And then a lot of it you can just craft it yourself or get it from adventuring. We got this crocodile skin rug. Go up, kill a crocodile, skin it. Taxidermy's on carpentry, I want to say, or tanning. I'm sorry. So you want a crocodile rug? Go kill a crocodile, make a rug. They go on walls. I don't think I have a wall big enough for it in this house, but with the dividers. But bearskin walls.
The trophies are on carpentry, but I think the rugs are. I think those are in tailoring.
And thank you again and again and again and again, Snugs, and Manor D2 Sean Bear's Black Market is still on top. Oh man, Snugs has tied Sean Bear's Black Market. Maybe they'll leave it there and not escalate further.
So we should point out this is Hometown. If people aren't familiar with Hometown, Hometown is where you go. You know, you're shopping for houses. So now you can upgrade your lot with crowns. So let's say you start with a row lot, you can upgrade it to a larger size, but row lots are great. You can just live in a row lot and be comfortable. So if you want to shop around for different houses and see what they look like, you know, just a description and the name isn't always good enough. You know, that's a big investment. This level Hometown is southeast of Soultown, which is in the southeast of all of Novia, is the development-owned city where we show off different homes. So you can kind of have a house tour before you buy. And a lot of the developers have claimed the houses and decorated them. I actually have one that I live in and store my stuff in, a couple here. I know Sanio's decorated some. I know a lot of people have decorated some.
Yeah.
But yeah, go in with a plan, look at other people's houses, make it a space you actually want to live in. You know, before you buy, make sure you like the floors and the, you know, the wall types and the... Oh, I would also say location. Like, we're talking about different methods of when you get your first row hound, but when you're shopping around, you're just showing a POT, check it out at different times of the day. Maybe you don't like the lighting. Maybe you have a greenhouse, you're expecting the light to come in, but it really doesn't at any times of the day, So it's just like buying real estate in real life, go check out the apartment and see what the lighting's like and what you can do with it.
Do we sell this Roman thing here? Is this one of the ones in the store?
Yeah, that's one of the city size. That's one of the city homes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Ancient that went around.
I've seen some people do some really cool stuff with the interiors of those.
Yeah, there was one of the dance parties was in one decorated, and they decorated it. With
Was that? It was Aline. It was something Chaotica.
Club Chaotica, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really awesome. All right, well, we are out of time for this week's live stream. But as Chris mentioned, he's been doing more live streams during the week. So follow us on our channel, and you'll get alerts when Atos is streaming. And Travis will probably be joining and doing some streaming as well. And a reminder of things coming up. So Release 64 is going live on March 28th. That's at the end of this month, but that means that the QA build is probably going to be coming up soon, maybe as soon as next week.
We're trying to get the QA build out extra early this time because we're enabling a couple of big new changes that are big performance changes, and we want to get it out to you guys so we can try and get a good idea of the crash rate on it, because usually whenever we turn on performance stuff, thanks Unity, it just makes our crashes go up, and we have to turn them off. We're trying a few new ones here for this release, but so hopefully Monday or Tuesday.
Our Twitch channel name is this. It is Shroud of the Avatar. Twitch TV/Shroud of the Avatar, and when either of us streams, we'll just log on this so you guys get the alerts, and we'll just whoever's going to stream will just log on this channel rather than do their own separate one.
And so stay tuned. Watch out for the QA build going live, and then Release 64 will go out at the end of the month. Right about that same time, we'll put out our Q2 schedule update. That'll give you guys all the details about what we're going to be doing in the next 3 months. But it's going to be all sorts of cool stuff like flag your robot as empty, crafting specialization, raids. So lots of, and the return, of course, of the Arch Lapin, who's actually coming in Release 64 to the next release. So,
are there some exciting secrets that might come with the Arch Lapin?
No, we already said the new loot, the confection eggs.
I didn't know if we did or not.
Because
They're
nothing
awesome.
says death like confection. And then Release 64 live stream will be April 5th. So that'll be the Friday after the release. And then the Release 64 dance party will be the Saturday after that. So thanks for joining us for this week's live stream, and congratulations again, all of the prize winners.
And remember, the prizes may be delayed until just about the release day. We have not forgotten about you. Undone has got a list of those things and getting them to Ken, and Ken will deliver them as soon as he can get better internet, or if not, then when he returns. And also, as we're trying to be better about this whole streaming thing, I want to call out our top 10 weekly cheers. Thank you from the bottom up. To number 10 was Manor, number 9 Grockling, number 8 Scooby-Doo. Also, thank you a ton for that pirate gear you made me, Scooby-Doo. Number 7 Yolo Salive, number 6 Avatar Thex, number 5 T-Branch, number 4 Gravity, number 3 Winfield, who started the war, I think. Number 2 Sea Bears Black Market, and number 1 thank you Snugs. That's it.
So have a great weekend. Spring break, if that applies to you.
Yep, have a great weekend. I may do some streaming this weekend. If not, I will be doing streaming for you guys starting next week again. Thank you very much. You guys ready? 5, 4,